comes first.
Happening now, the Jamestown City Council is set to vote on an ordinance to allow ticketing for house code violations. And we interviewed the manager of the local movie theater for National Cinema Day. Plus, we interviewed a local musician.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us at West New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, in an early morning incident on August 28, 2023, Jason L. Goodwin, a 44-year-old resident of Jamestown, was arrested for violation of an order of protection. The police report states that officers from the Jamestown Police Department's 3rd Platoon were conducting a routine beat patrol at Panzarella Park on the Riverwalk when they encountered a female who claimed to have spotted an alligator in the river. As the officers investigated the alleged sighting, they discovered Goodwin sitting on a nearby park bench. Subsequent investigation revealed that the alligator sighting was a fabricated diversion orchestrated by Goodwin to prevent officers from approaching him. This incident was a breach of an order of protection that mandated Goodwin to stay away from the victim. Due to Goodwin's prior conviction of criminal contempt in the 2nd degree, he now faces charges of criminal contempt in the 1st degree and aggravated family offense. After his arrest, Goodwin was transported to the Jamestown City Jail where he awaits arraignment proceedings. The Jamestown City Council is set to vote tonight on an ordinance to allow ticketing for house code violations. Our Bronson Rasmussen has more.
For the past month, Jamestown lawmakers have heard renditions of the Quality of Life Ticketing Ordinance, allowing officers and code enforcement officers to ticket residents for nuisance offenses.
The ordinance is going to address animal maintenance and waste, cleanup of that. A lot of times there's waste left in front yards and exterior junk and debris, high weeds, grass, or plant growth, dangerous trees, unauthorized motor vehicles, and prohibited burns.
In its current form, a resident would be fined $100 for a lesser violation's first-time offense and $50 for tall and unmaintained grass. Residents will have the opportunity to correct the violation.
If you don't pay the ticket, it doubles after 15 days. If you don't continue to not pay it, it will ultimately go into collections or be assessed to your as a lien onto your taxes.
The ordinance has also cleared the city's legal office.
So as far as this ordinance, they were overall positive to it. There was a request for a progressive system of fines. And even with that progressive system of fines, the judges could still waive those if there was a good faith effort by the owner to comply with that.
The ultimate goal of the quality of life ticketing is to free up housing court for more pressing issues.
We're hoping that this gives us the ability to not only limit the cases that are actually going to court to those that are really the most egregious, that are a safety threat, and give our code enforcement officers the ability to have a little bit more teeth in what they do.
Jamestown lawmakers will vote on the ordinance at their voting session tonight, starting at 7:30 in the City Council chambers located on the 2nd floor of City Hall. Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
In other news, we interviewed a local restaurant owner who is scheduled to appear on America's Best Restaurants. Take a look.
My husband is a great cook, and we love to eat and drink coffee and visit, and it was always a joke that he was going to open a big Al's Chicken and Waffles. So and about 16 years ago, I bought a coffee shop that was connected to my music studio in Pennsylvania where I live, but the woman owed some back taxes, so the deal fell through, and it's always just kind of been in the back of my mind. And we came through Mayville and saw the opportunity to serve the community and have a coffee shop and restaurant. So we started off small, just dessert, coffee, a couple breakfast things, a couple lunch. And we just kept adding and adding, and everyone loved it and said we should start dinner. So we eventually hired a chef and got our liquor license, and now we're just a full-blown restaurant. We're going to be featured on America's Best Restaurants. So it's a branch of the Food Network. They go around and find their little mom and pop restaurants that are putting out better food than some of the chains, but that are smaller and don't have the means to advertise and reach a bigger audience. So they're coming here September 5th to film.
And are you excited
about that? Yeah, we're so
that?
excited. It was really pretty humbling. We've only been open for a year. So last year we got for the best of the best Chautauqua County, runner-up for best restaurant overall in the county, best breakfast runner-up, best dessert runner-up. Yeah, so it's just happened all so fast, and we're just really excited. Everything is all fresh ingredients. Everything's made from scratch. We don't use anything that has like artificial ingredients in it. Everything non-GMO, all natural products. Like our beef comes from Miranda, New York. It's certified grass-fed Angus beef. We buy all of our products are all natural. You know, there's no nothing artificial, and everything is made to order from scratch. So when you order an omelet for breakfast, it's got fresh spinach, fresh onions, peppers, mushrooms, everything we do from scratch in the kitchen.
Well, coming up next, we interviewed the local movie theater manager for National Cinema Day. And later, we introduce our newest segment. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Yesterday was National Cinema Day, so I went over to the Lakewood Cinema 8 and interviewed the manager, Jacob Felt. With the closing of the mall cinema, how is that going to affect everything going on?
We're hoping it doesn't affect too much. We think that most of the people know that we have this location and our Warren location, so we're really hoping it doesn't affect the business too much. Ultimately, what it came down to was it was the smartest economical and financial decision to make. And we think that the public generally knows that. The mall has been in a decline, and whatever repairs or what they're doing over there, just it doesn't fit the timeline of what we need for restoration. The roof is leaking, it's having some issues with some seats and projectors. And so we took into consideration, this was not an easy decision. It was over several years that the owners thought about this. The experience that we're providing to our customers is of utmost importance. And if we're not providing a 10 out of 10 experience, then what are we doing, right?
Absolutely. Like, I know I've been to both, and I mean, they each had their benefits, but I do have to say this, the mall one, like you said, it's been in decline over time, so it makes sense.
Sure.
And is it true that we might be moving over some of the seating from the mall to this location?
We have already started doing that. Yeah, we have 64 of them. The big electronic reclining seats, yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, that was like my favorite thing about going to the mall. Like, oh my goodness, just makes it so much nicer. And so that actually kind of ties in. So I mean, a big thing since the pandemic is, the experience of going to a movie theater rather than just streaming it at your home. And so do you think that will help, incentivize audiences?
I hope so. I really do. Funny enough, post-COVID, most businesses are struggling. Theaters in general, we're fighting the streaming services, but you don't get the same experience from sitting on your couch that you do in a theater. The sound and smell of popcorn popping, everything else going on here, the ambient lighting, the surround sound. It's not an experience you can get in your house, and you're not capable of unless you spend $100,000 and build your own studio, right? So we're hoping that people remember how great it is to come in here. Now, since the release of Barbie,
I was gonna ask.
the release of Barbie was something completely unexpected. It's grossed over $1 billion worldwide, and they're actually accrediting Barbie for the revitalization of the movie theaters post-COVID. And so we're seeing that here, we're seeing that everywhere. The amount of people who walk through the doors and say, man, I forgot how much fun it was to come to the theater. And the amenities that we offer here great too. You know, we've got, besides the new seats that are
Yeah.
awesome, you know, we've got hot food, we've got drinks, we've got wine, we've got beer. I mean, you can order a whole pizza and sit down in the theater and eat it.
Yeah,
How great is that?
That's something I noticed while I was just standing here. The sheer breadth and variety of things that you're offering at the concession stand. It's not just, you know, popcorn, soda, and candy. It's a lot more encompassing than that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've got apple pie logs, pizza logs. We've got chicken tenders, nachos. Oh my gosh, pretzels. We have stuffed pretzels, jalapeno pretzels. We've got so much food.
At this point, why go to a restaurant? Come here and enjoy dinner in a show.
That's right. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, so just in closing, is there anything else that you really want the viewers to know? Like anything that you wanted to say to them?
A couple things. I guess one thing would be coming straight from the owner's mouth, how much they appreciate all of their customers over the years. The ones that patronize the mall location, but every one of their locations, they're deeply, deeply grateful for each and every one of them. Furthermore, we had a wonderful manager here for 27 years, and most people knew his name was Jim White. He ran this place like a well-oiled machine, and he did it very, very well. Between Jim and I, there was a couple managers that certainly just didn't jive, didn't work, and it kind of hurt the reputation a little bit. But I want people to know that what we're doing is we're revitalizing not just the movie theater industry, but we're revitalizing the management structure here. With me being the new manager in town, I really want people to know how much I love the movies and how much I appreciate them and want them to have a great experience. And so that all comes from here, from top down, right?
And that's really what it comes down to, just supplying the best experience that you can.
Yeah, I think it's important that people just know that we're doing everything we can to provide a clean atmosphere, provide amenities. I mean, we've got collectible cups and buckets, and we're doing everything we can to make sure everybody gets everything they hope and desire out of the movies.
Absolutely. And can you just tell everyone what movies are currently playing and then what they have to look forward to coming up?
Oh my gosh, there's so many movies out and coming up. I don't have the complete list in front of me of what's coming out. Right now we've got Blue Beetle, good action movie that's out right now. We've got Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic movie about a gamer who used to play Gran Turismo games and then was offered a chance to drive race cars professionally. And it's a real life story. I've never heard it, but I'm really excited to watch the movie.
Oh yeah, like I noticed, I looked and I was like, Gran Turismo, like the video games here.
Yeah, so apparently there was a gamer who got the chance to drive professionally a race car. And so this is his story. So I think that's awesome. We, of course, still have Barbie. I don't know when that's going away. People still love it. We get large groups in. We've got Turtles still. We've got The Hill, which is a faith-based movie about a pastor and his son who wants to play baseball. We've got Retribution, which is Liam Nielsen. Choose what else? Yeah, a lot of movies out right now, a lot coming up. If we were to take a walk around, if you guys want, we can take a walk around. I can show you some of the posters and some of the movies. And
absolutely. That would be awesome.
Some B-roll footage.
100%, yeah. So do you want to cut the interview here and then just do that? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, so thank you so much just for taking the time.
Thanks for coming out.
Of course. After we finished, he took us outside to show us some upcoming films that audiences can look forward to.
Saw 10 has a large cult following.
Oh, yeah.
People are very excited for a new Saw movie.
I didn't know there was a new one coming out.
Yeah. There's also Father Stu coming out, Nun 2, The Creator. It's a biomechanic world recreation. Really excited about that. Equalizer 3 has a great following as well. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
people are really excited for Five Nights at Freddy's. And then the Nun 2, people are really excited about as well. So these are just some of them that are coming out. But again, everybody can go to our website, www.dipsontheaters.com, for a full list of movies coming up and currently out. Also, they can download our app.
Jacob finished things off by telling us about his personal connection to the theater.
So for me, the reason why I took this job, I'm already a full-time realtor with Premier Listings Real Estate. I've done that since 2016 with my wife. We're a team. We love it. When this was offered to me, I accepted because of my love, not for just movies, but for the love of this theater. At the age of 18, my best friend died in a horrible car accident. And all growing up from the age of 6 to 18, we were inseparable. Where he went, I went. And most of the time it was this theater. I grew up just down the road in Asheville. we'd ride our bikes here all summer long and even during the winter sometimes. And so this theater has a special meaning to me. It has a special place in my heart. Later on, after he died and I met my wife, this is where we went for dates. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a week we'd come here and watch movies. And so for me, this place is special. And so when I knew that they were in such need and they wanted someone who'd really be passionate about it, there's no way I could say no. It means a lot to me. It really does. I'm honored to be able to help.
Coming up next, we introduce our new weekly segment. And later, we interviewed a local musician.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Look! 911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. Let's first review some of the storms we got late last week, August 24th to 25th. Across the Great Lakes, there was plenty of severe weather. Thankfully, here in western New York, we got off unscathed from the severe weather, although we did have a lot of rain and lightning. But across portions of northern Ohio, there were multiple tornadoes that spawned from this severe weather outbreak. One of those tornadoes occurred within the city of Cleveland, Ohio, which occurred from 11:59 p.m. until 12:02 a.m. when it was on the ground. This tornado, rated by the National Weather Service in Cleveland as the EF1, had 110-mile-per-hour winds. Luckily, there was no injuries or deaths from this tornado. But what's notable about this tornado was this was the first tornado to strike within the city limits of Cleveland, Ohio, since July 12th of 1992. So it's been quite some time since a tornado has struck within the city of limits of Cleveland. Let's take a look at a temperature outlook now from September 4th through September 10th. This is the 8 to 10-day temperature outlook, which favors above average temperatures returning back to the Great Lakes to the northeast. So after this cool period later this week, if you're a fan of the summer-like warmth, that will be returning heading into the first week of September, where we're going to look at temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s. So well above average temperatures are returning. Now let's time it out. Future scan overnight tonight, heading into the day tomorrow. Through the overnight period tonight, generally partly cloudy skies through the night. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm, mainly across inland locations of the southern tier. Heading into the day tomorrow will be similar to what was today, a mainly dry day, partly cloudy skies. But as a cold front approaches the region, a few showers or thunderstorms may be possible later in the afternoon and into the overnight hours of Tuesday, mainly again across inland locations of the southern tier. And then heading into the day on Wednesday, a cold front will eventually cross the region. Future scan is pushing this more later towards Wednesday Tuesday afternoon when it pushes through, but there will be a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday. So again, here's your forecast for the overnight period tonight. Partly cloudy skies, isolated shower possible. Some fog will also be developing across the valley locations with light north winds. Overnight lows will range from the mid-50s inland to the lower 60s at the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. Your forecast for tomorrow, partly sunny skies. Again, afternoon scattered showers or thunderstorms will be possible. A little bit warmer tomorrow than it was today with a southwest wind around 5 to 8 miles per hour. Highs will range from the mid to upper 70s, close to 80. And now that 7-day outlook powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So after that cold front moves through on Wednesday, temperatures on Wednesday will struggle to make it out of the mid to upper 60s. After a few showers on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, looking mainly dry, mostly sunny skies. Still cool on Thursday in the lower 70s. We rebound to the mid 70s on Friday. And as of now, the weekend is looking pretty good as well, although it will be warmer as temperatures approach the upper 70s, close to 80. Still with dry weather Saturday and Sunday. And our next best chance for showers after Wednesday will come early next week on Monday.
Thank you, Andrew. We're starting a new segment in collaboration with the Lakewood Cinema Dips and Theaters. It's a movie review segment, and we plan on making it weekly. We'll provide a movie review as well as hear some reviews from the theater employees. This week's review is of Barbie, so without further ado, let's jump right in. I enjoyed Barbie. I thought it managed to possess a certain level of self-awareness without classifying itself as a parody. The cast had no weak links, with Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling giving standout performances. The set design and visual aesthetics were phenomenal. They really managed to bring the world of Barbie to life without sacrificing its artificiality. It looked like an actual life-size Barbie set. I think the themes of the film are what impressed me the most, though. I think it's fair to say that the expectations for a film about Barbie dolls were quite low. The cultural perception surrounding Barbie is one of superficiality, but this actually made Barbie the perfect catalyst to subvert those connotations. The film thoroughly contemplates the patriarchy and the conflicting societal expectations placed upon women, a problem that Barbie herself is emblematic of. It's a message that's sure to resonate with girls and women of all ages. But that doesn't mean that the film won't resonate with men. It actually does a decent job mirroring Barbie's development with Ken. Just as Barbie struggles with her identity and how it relates to the real world, Ken struggles with his own identity as an extension of Barbie rather than a true individual. The film wasn't perfect. The biggest issue that I had with it was with the pacing. A lot of the narrative progression outside of Barbie Land felt somewhat rushed, while some other scenes dragged on a little bit longer than necessary, which can give it a slight meandering feel at times. But ultimately, I think that the film excelled in what it set out to do. It's a fun movie that has at least a little something for the whole family. But don't just take my word for it. I interviewed some theater employees to hear their thoughts on the film.
I did see Barbie, and I actually saw it 3 times. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was very empowering, especially for a woman. It's a very feminist movie. It's the struggles that kids, especially, or young girls growing up might go through, really hard times, or even men when, Ken was going through his own thing. It's people going through life and not really knowing who they are or what they want to do. And it's very empowering to, be your own person and figure out what you want to do, no matter what it is. Everyone has their own opinions, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So I think it's a very nice movie because it's very empowering for everyone, not just women. Mm-hmm. But, Barbie is a very targeted towards women and girls. So obviously it's going to be more of a feminist movie. Mm-hmm. But it was just, I think for everyone, it was a very good film.
Absolutely, yes. Any other thoughts on the movie, or would you recommend it to anyone?
Of course, I'd recommend it. After seeing it 3 times, I think it's a very good movie for people to see. It's a good lesson, just to, even if you don't feel like you relate to it, you can get other viewpoints on people's lives in it. You know what I'm saying?
So Barbie was definitely one of the best movies I've seen in a while. It was very good. Great family movie. I would definitely recommend to go and watch it. It was made very well. The songs are absolutely fun to listen to, and if you're kids, they definitely are jamming out the whole time. And yeah, I definitely recommend a good watch.
Coming up next, we interviewed a local musician.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
You are loved. You are valued.
You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Miranda Wilcox is an up-and-coming local singer. Our Alyssa Wright has more.
A young up-and-coming artist has stolen the spotlight this week. In a one-on-one interview with WNY News Now, Miranda Wilcox expressed her love for music and what the future holds for herself and her band, Miranda and the Line. At just 17 years old, Wilcox is writing, producing, singing, and mixing her all-original songs in the comfort of her bedroom, while simultaneously balancing her solo career, her band, and her social life.
I've been playing since I was like 7. I got a little toy keyboard for a Christmas present when I was younger, or birthday present when I was younger. I picked it up from there. I started playing guitar like age 12. My dad and my sister both played, so I think that's where a lot of it grew from was their skill kind of onto me. I picked it up from then on myself, started teaching myself kind of things. I've been singing all my life, so I guess I finally put the two together. At like 12, 13, I would sing and I would play, and I didn't really show anybody at that point. I'd take videos of myself just to listen to.
The young singer has a lot on her plate, but has learned how to stay cool under pressure.
There isn't too much pressure behind it, surprisingly. It's exciting because I feel like the fact that I'm younger, the fact that I'm a girl kind of sets me apart from the rest of the music industry around here. So I take pride in that, and I take pride in my work ethic at my age. The only thing I guess that gets difficult about it is the fact that I'm going to be a senior in high school. I'm very serious about my studies. I run cross country. I'm serious about my sports. So juggling academics and having a teenage social life and still running cross country and still doing music, juggling all those things, I think is the only thing that is a minor setback. Other than that, I take pride in where I've gotten at this age.
When it comes to the future, Wilcox has big dreams, but is keeping her eye on the prize.
I'm the type of person to keep things realistic as much as I can. A few years ago, if you asked me that, I would have said, well, I'm just going to keep it as a hobby and in the back of my mind, but I'm going to be a fashion designer when I grow up. But throughout this venture, the last year, I've kind of developed a new dream for music. I really want to be a music teacher, so I'm planning on going to school for music education upon graduating next year. One of my idols is honestly my choral teacher at my high school. So I want to be just like her, have people look up to me the way I look up to her. I want to do that when I'm older, but at the same time, I've always had this dream in the back of my head like, oh, I could be the next Ariana Grande, though I could be a famous musician one day, but there's a dream and there's a plan.
The talented teen has a message to share with her fans and anyone needing a bit of encouragement.
No matter what, don't let anything stop you, go for it. And confidence is something you grow within yourself. You don't need the validation of other people to do it. So if you have a dream, if you have a passion, everybody starts somewhere, go from it.
Those interested in attending one of Miranda's shows can find her schedule on her Facebook page, as well as stream her music on Spotify. Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
Well, that's going to be it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. And I'd like to thank you all for watching.